Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. Uh, today's quick. Today's video is a quick little lesson on rolling options up, and this one is specifically going to talk about how I go about that when I have spreads. So for this trade, it was call spreads, and Sunrun. An ongoing trade. I mean, the actual move is developing, the trade is developing, so this is still like an open position. But what I want to talk about was just something that kind of applies to a lot of different um, trades that I have when I'm using spreads. So vertical spreads, meaning like your standard call spreads or your standard put spreads. Now, just quickly, like Sunrun, I was looking for reversal after essentially a 50% retracement from its high down into like the 50 area. The 50 day right here, you can see, was kind of a important area of resistance. And then when it started to tick through it, I thought that the combination of a reversal taking shape, trading through a key technical level, but also I felt like it was like a sector, so the solar sector could be one that really started to see some money flowing back into it if like the electric vehicle names finally paused or pulled back, right? So there were a few reasons why I was bullish, and what I decided to do was January 15th expiration, 65 to 75 call spread. I liked the risk reward, I liked the setup, I liked the strikes, right? So the trade is working in our favor. It's moving higher, and today got into like the target range where I wanted to start rolling. Now, when it comes to spread, so I'll talk about call spreads just because it applies to this trade. But when it comes to spreads, there's really two things I do when I decide to roll. So um, it is either I chop the spread in half, or I tighten the spread, or I will like close out these spreads entirely and then roll up to something further out of the money, or I can roll up to a entirely different strategy altogether. Okay, and what I mean by that first portion, right? So if I want to tighten the spreads, so like I said, trade started out as a January 65 to 75 strike call spread, right? In this case, to tighten spread, what you could do is you could close the 65 call and roll up to a 70 call, right? So your strategy goes from a 65 to 75 call spread to a 70 to 75 call spread, right? And what that does is it removes net debit, right? The 65 call is trading for more than the 70 call, so it removes net debit, it removes risk, but it also gives you a window to capitalize if the trade keeps moving, right? So when the stock goes above 70, then the call spread starts to move into the money, right? And if it gets above 75, the trade is capped, right? So what you do is you're taking risk off the trade, but you're still giving yourself a window to capitalize if it keeps moving in your favor, right? So that is one way to do it. The other way to do it is just closing out the spread entirely, right? So what you could do is like close out the 65, 75 call spreads, and then roll up maybe to like 70 to 80 call spreads if you wanted to maintain like a $10 wide window, or if you wanted a better potential like reward profile, right? If you wanted like a higher potential return, or you could roll up to just a further out of the money 75 call, just do like a straight call, right? But the key is when I roll up, I want the debit or the net debit of the roll to be less than the original net debit of the trade. So if it costs me 250 or 260 to get into the trade initially, then when I roll up, whatever strategy I put on, I want it to be less than 250. So that's the original net debit, right? So like that's the key to rolling. And those are really like the two scenarios how I typically approach rolling up options when the option strategy is like a call spread or a put spread. All right. So for a short week, we have not lacked for action. There's been a ton going on. There's been earnings. There's been news. I mean, things are flying around, and that's amazing because that all sorts of different opportunities. So I'm hopeful, optimistic that tomorrow will be another busy day, and possibly even Friday, even though it's like a short trading day. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information on options swing trading or managing options like rolling up options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options in play. I hope you have a wonderful night Have a fantastic, healthy, safe Thanksgiving too. I will be trading tomorrow, so I will speak to you then. If you're not trading tomorrow, definitely enjoy your Thanksgiving. All right. Have a great night.